How about now? Let's see if we've got some sound now. Any sound now? We gotta wait a second. How about now? Let's see. That's a lot of sound now. Hold on a minute. That's a lot of sound now. Let me lower this. We've got some sound. It's too loud now. It's way too loud. Okay, it's way too loud now though. I cranked my volume like crazy. Okay. I just want to make sure it's normal sounding now. Any sound now? Okay, good. We've got sound. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, you should have. Did you heard me though? Didn't you hear me at the end of my last live talking to you guys? You heard me, right? Did you hear me at the end of the last live saying, thanks, and we're doing a poll? Did you hear me saying that stuff? Okay, so today, Donna Sue Adelson, right? And who did we have on the stand? Jeffery Lacasse. Jeffery Lacasse is no stranger to testifying in these trials. You didn't hear me at the end of the last one? Really, Super Chat? Linda, you didn't hear me at the end of the last live? Nobody heard me say thanks and we'll be back and I have so much other stuff on this case and I have tons of other stuff, and if you're watching the replay, that's weird. When did you stop hearing me? When did you stop hearing me? Like, how long did you stop hearing me? Just about the vote? Oh, okay. I don't know. What I said was I have so much stuff on this case, you would not believe how much stuff I have on that case. How many videos, how many interviews, all of her arrest, the body cam of her arrest. You cannot, the photos, the social media of hers, you can't imagine the volume of stuff I have on that case. Mackenzie Shrilla. And I said, thank you very much. And, I'm going to keep going on that case. And it's very labor intensive. It's a lot of it. You've got to get all the material. You've got to go through and organize all the material. You have to then, go through it, think of how you're going to present it. And I want to present it the right way. That's why when people are like, oh my gosh, don't worry, I'm going to bring you through it. So that's what I said. And I said, if anybody is listening on the replay and sees all this and wants to offer super thanks or super chat or any kind upgrade their membership, it's all greatly appreciated. It really is. I'm not like a lot of creators that sit there and do drama and people just throw money at them just to talk about and rip down other people. I don't get it. I guess that's what a lot of people like to do. I don't do that, but it is difficult when, I have a lot of programs that cost money. I've got things that are going on, and it's the stuff that I don't like to talk about, but I do, in order to do this and do it like this many hours or whatever I do here, it's a sad thing, but it does cost to keep the channel running. So any Anything, anybody wants to tip anything, that's fine. It's really appreciated. Okay, let's go to Donna Adelson now that we've got that off. And I don't like to do that, but things are to that point that I need to. Okay, so Donna Adelson. So Jeffery Lacasse has been on the stand, and Jeffery Lacasse is no stranger to the stand. He is Wendy's ex-boyfriend, and according to Jeffery Lacasse, he escaped being pinned, like them pinning this murder on him, if you listen to Jeffery Lacasse, because there was like a whole thing with him going somewhere with a car that looked like the rental car, and he felt, he dodged a bullet because they would have pinned or made him look like a suspect in Dan's murder. So what else? I mean, in past interviews with the police, Jeffery Lacasse has said that Wendi was an alcoholic when she was with him, that she drank her dinner most nights. These are things that Jeffery Lacasse said, that she was a drama queen, that she couldn't do anything on her own, really, that she had to travel with Donna, like in the car with like she couldn't do the stuff by herself. He thought like maybe the mother was like a helicopter mom, but he said no, it was really like she couldn't do this stuff on her own. There was one time when they had a fight about something. He said, now again, this is in his interview, okay, with the police, that he said she was cheating on him like crazy, and I guess this is all his version of everything. At one point, having sex with multiple partners, and he said she like wanted to be controlled and all of this stuff, wanted to be told what to do, but yet that doesn't make sense with Dan Markel, right? Because she didn't want to be told certain things like stay in Tallahassee and don't take the kids to Miami. But anyway, on the stand today, he talked about the TV, and remember what he said about that TV. It looked like somebody, I think in one point he said, in one of his testimonies, it looked like somebody took a baseball bat to it or threw a rock at it. But Katherine Magbanua also took the stand, and then also Charlie's other girlfriend, June, was on the stand as well. So that was a lot of exes on the stand, right? Now, I don't know why I'm hearing myself in the other room. I think for some reason it's driving me crazy. Is it coming back on you guys? Why is it doing that? If it is, I will go and find out what it is. If it's causing feedback. Let me go and see what you guys are saying, because if it is, I will go over there and stop. Hey, hi 61. Is anybody hearing from the other room any type of anything that's making no echo? Okay. All right, thank you, Rosalita. Thank you. Hi. Because I'm hearing it. It's driving me insane. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to go low. It's driving me like crazy. I just keep hearing myself. I can't stand to hear myself on an echo like that. It drives me nuts. 1 second. I'll be right there. fixed it. I fixed it. Okay, it's done. Beautiful. No more echo. Daughter's, oh no. Can you hear me? Now I don't know if you can hear me because it's saying that my default microphone or something. Can you hear me? Let me know. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. I'll just do this. Let me see. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me well. Okay, never mind. So let's go back to Donna. Donna. I'm scared to touch my microphone because it's... Okay. Where are you, Donna? So Katie Magbanua took the stand. Jeffery and let's see what we got here. Okay, so they have a lot of issues, and the judge is getting like a little upset that they didn't take care of a lot of issues prior to having the trial. The jury was sent out of the room like shortly after 9 o'clock today, and there were prolonged objections to Jeffery Lacasse's testifying, and it was awkward. It really was. And it was about when kids start to remember things. He said that Wendi had asked him, and the judge asked one of the defense lawyers to sit down, and the judge then sent the jury out of the room. Apparently, the defense never got to depose Jeffery Lacasse, and the memory conversation was not provided. When he was asked, did you observe that Wendi Adelson's TV was broken? He said, yes. Around June 18th, he noticed that. She asked me to look at the TV. It looked like it had been struck by an object. And let's see. They had asked him if he had ever met Dan Markel, and he said, briefly, because Jeffery Lacasse is a professor over at the University of Florida, was when Wendi had met him. But it didn't sound like a great relationship. And if you listen to Jeffery Lacasse's big interview with the police, he was interviewed 3 times with the Tallahassee Police Department. I don't know if you've ever heard those interviews. They have a lot of stuff in them that I'll tell you that they were, whoever released them prior released them redacted, and they've since been released unredacted, like in the last 6 months. And there's a lot in there. Okay, so he talks about in those interviews how he met Charles Adelson and how he thought Charles Adelson was like weird, but that he lived in a nice house in Miami and he had money. But he talked about Wendi, or in front of Wendi, about totally inappropriate things. And he said he was strange guy that in a hot tub was saying like a woman, I guess, that he was with did something he didn't like, so he like punished her by having some kind of intimate relations with her. not through the front door of your house, okay, but the back door, and that he intentionally hurt her. But then he's saying, but no, it was consensual, but he took great pride in that he hurt her because he was trying to get back at her about something. And Lacasse is telling this to the investigator, and the investigator is like, slow down, you're talking so fast. And he's like, my dad was from Boston and I'm in Florida, but I still speak very, very fast. And he's like, well, I can't even keep track of what you're saying, so you're going to have to slow down. And he said a lot of things like Wendy's cheating. Like I told you, she is an alcoholic. She was a liar. She was, she had a lot of issues that he was going on and on about. But he explains one time when he went to her house, she took forever to answer the door, and then it was just more than just being drunk. She was under the influence of something. He said that she tried to get off antidepressants once. This is all in his interview, okay? I'm just trying to tell you this. And she just went like cold turkey on it, and then things started happening. But he remembers a lot, like just about things that happened. But he said that, Charlie talked about inappropriate things. Oh, and Charlie would go on these sex tours of and be with underage workers in other countries. That's what he said in the police interview, just so you know that, okay? If you haven't heard a lot of that. June Umchinda was an ex-girlfriend of Charles Adelson, but she came after Katherine Magbanua. I think June Umchinda is the one that he bought the Birkin bag for. I believe that is the one. Chinda said she was on a balcony with Donna Adelson, and she said it felt like Dan is back from the grave taunting her. Now, they also, when we had Jeffery on, he talked about that joke that Charles Adelson made. Wendi said, last summer my brother looked into all options to take care of the Dan Markel problem, including hiring a hitman. And he felt like he was being set up as the suspect or the fall guy in Dan Markel's murder. And June Chinda said she has a lot of information about Charlie, but limited contact with Donna. She described how she became jealous when Charlie started talking with Katherine Magbanua. And they asked June, did you know that Magbanua worked for the Adelsons? She said no. Prosecutors, of course, are saying she got checks, but she never worked, right? They were for payments and stuff. And then June Chinda described how she became jealous when Charlie started talking with Katie, especially because they essentially lived together. And I guess she didn't understand that there was a little something there that had to constantly be talked. She had to be talked to about stuff. And June Chinda said everything changed after the bump, right, with the FBI agent with Donna Adelson. And she said even though they were together like basically 24/7, she said Charlie wasn't sleeping. He was extra stressed out. And did something stand out to you about how the hitmen were paid? And they started to talk about the stapled money. Remember the stapled money? Because Charlie stapled his bundles of cash. Let me make sure about what this is about now. Okay, prayer group. Prayer group is this Sunday, everybody. I just want to make sure it's nobody telling me that like my sound is out or something. Okay. And so that she talked about that money being stapled. Let me see what I meant. Was Donna, they asked her when she met Charlie Adelson, she said after the murder, she said they weren't being investigated, so everything was normal. Everything was great. They asked her if Donna was in control of the family, and she said she played a motherly role. She met Donna about 5 to 6 times, and she said Donna was close with Charlie, but that she played a motherly role in the family. So defense tried to impeach June Mchinda by using her current testimony against her past testimony from previous trials, and the illicit testimony that was really just speculating on some aspects regarding coming back from the grave comments. You really came back on that. Didn't you say those weren't the exact words, that she was upset and it just came out like that to you? If it says it there, I don't remember Katie's trial. If it says it there, that's what I said. You were under oath. She said, yes. If it says it there, that's what I said, yeah. Okay. And she said that they asked her based on her knowledge, was Charlie really close with his sister and mother? She said yes. How did Donna Adelson feel about Dan Markel? She said she didn't like Dan Markel. How does Charlie keep his cash? Stapled. 10 $100 bills equals 1,000. Okay, let's see. Oh, and then they had his friend. Hold on a minute. So I'm sorry. His friend was after June. He had a friend of his that just kind of knew Donna Adelson in passing, not really big on. He didn't spend a lot of time with Donna Adelson. From what he saw, his interactions with Donna Adelson, she was fine. Didn't stand out as anything to him. He also talked about the stapled money and how Charlie kept the stapled money. They were friends from 2013 to 2019. He said that Charlie was friends and close with his mother and his sister. Let's see. Oh, he described Charlie as someone that talked in a nauseating fashion and verbally beat him down to agreeing with him. So, yeah, and Charlie did that. Charlie was a big talker. If you listen to his phone calls and stuff, he's constantly talking and tries to, yes, get people around to see his way. And that's why I think when he took the defense, the stand in his own defense, he thought he was going to have, he thought he did great, and really couldn't understand. He gave away all of his commissary. He thought he was getting out. He really thought he was getting out. I don't even understand that. I do not understand that at all. Okay, then they had someone on about who was an auditor, talked about like the cars that Sigfrido Garcia and Luis Rivera was buying, talked about money going in and out of Magbanua's account, talked about her breast augmentation surgery, talked about the Lexus that she got from Harvey Adelson. So they went on to that to kind of show that something was up with that money. Like, how did they get that money? And that Katherine Magbanua had never deposited the amount of money in her account as she had during that time period that after Dan was murdered, just to show that, yes, the money was there, she was paid. Yes, Luis and Sigfrido had disposable income they were using to buy motorcycles and cars and all of that stuff, right? And then they also showed messages and about from Katie Magbanua to Charlie Adelson, like, I need employment to send DCF for my kid's insurance. There was something about a car. Charlie said he'd handle it. There was something where they told her, okay, you have to look into this, but okay, my mom took care of that right now. So you could see that they were taking care of things that Katie needed, right? See what else we got here. Katie got that car from Harvey, that Lexus. The spending history of Sigfrido Garcia, showing he purchased several vehicles after the murders, and it was Mary Hull was the person on the stand. Luis Rivera's spending habits, and a graph was shown, showing that he often overdrafted his account. Rivera pulled out a large sum of money just before Dan Markel's murder and didn't overdraft his account again for 4 months. And they're showing this, that he had another form of cash around the murder. Let's see here. Okay, there was a forensic. I say what her name was. Donna and Harvey Adelson only saw patient records, and they never saw Katie Magbanua work at the Adelson Institute in any capacity. She would never get checks outside of payroll other than if Donna and Harvey were going out of town and paid them a few days early. And they asked, in all the years you knew Donna Adelson, did you ever hear her talk bad about Dan Markel? No. She said, now that was a working relationship with Spoltori. Let me see here 1 second. And so, yeah, they're just trying to say that, okay, well, if you never heard her say anything bad, she was a longtime employee of the dental practice. So they asked her, did you ever see Katie Magbanua work there? No. Did you know Donna Adelson well? Yes. Did she ever talk bad about Dan Markel? No. What is she going to talk? Yeah. Okay. Crazy. And then another one, Clarissa Labrido, another employee, all two kind of, I guess here the defense was saying, like, oh no, she didn't talk bad about them. An audible reaction was in the media room when Katie Magbanua was announced as the next witness, apparently. And they asked Katie Magbanua the same thing they asked at Charlie's. Georgia asked her the same thing at Charlie's trial, like, why are you doing this now? You didn't tell the truth before. She said, well, Sigfrido was her baby daddy. He was facing the death penalty. She felt she couldn't do it before. But then, starting in Charlie Adelson's trial, she felt that the people that were responsible for this should be prosecuted. And she said that, and they said, what are you doing this for? Were you promised any favors? No, but she would like to see her kids. And did we promise you anything like that? No. So that's what she's saying. But she did, testify that she was the liaison between the hitmen and Charles Adelson. And she said that she remembered that this happened on a Halloween in 2013. And she said that Charlie jumped in her head and he said, do you know anybody that would cause damage to someone? Okay, so that, that's how that all started. And she said, yeah, she did. Let's see here. Then this was there was a conversation that about Wendi purchasing a house in Tallahassee, and Charlie was against that, and he told Donna that he will talk to Wendi to try and talk her out of buying that Tallahassee house. And there was another text conversation between Donna and Charlie that showed that Charlie talked to Wendi and said she pulled the plug on the house. And Donna said, Charlie's a miracle worker. And then there were text messages showing where Donna was complaining to Charlie about Dan Markel. Sergeant Corbett took the stand. They were going over Donna's emails, including those that suggest she wanted Wendi Adelson to move to Miami. One email from Donna said, I'm too angry to write anymore. Get Dan Markel psychologically. She outlined a plan to have Wendi. We've already seen this, multiple times. And that, see, it gets a little bit, because these trials are so the same. Like when this is coming on, I've seen this all, I've heard this all, kind of zone out a little bit on it. It has to be done, but it's like you zone out a little bit because we've heard all this before. It's like, again, and like say they get Wendi, it's going to be all over again, another trial. If they do Harvey, we're going to hear it again. But you've got to figure the jurors haven't, but it's just like, oh gosh, some of the stuff I can't sit through that again. But I just try to put it on the background and do some other stuff like shop for textbooks. Okay. And the state finished their questions with Dr. Corbett, and so tomorrow they will begin and open up with Sergeant Corbett. So there really wasn't like that much that happened today. Not for anybody that's really studied this case, because Lacasse, we know his testimony. We know Katherine Magbanua. Charlie Adelson will be fun because it'll only be a second go-round, and the first go-round he was for himself, right? So I think that'll be interesting to hear. And I'm trying to think if that would be tomorrow. That would be interesting. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't, I thought it was going to be a little better, but it's just because I've heard all this testimony before. So multiple times. I don't know if Junim Chinda mentioned the Birkin bag today. Did she mention the Birkin bag? I don't know. See if there's any. Anybody else see anything that Ryan Fitzpatrick was the friend, okay, that vouched again for the stapled bills and said he didn't pay attention to Charlie's girlfriends. That he was close with his sister and his mother, but he really didn't have that many interactions with his mother. Yeah. June made sure she said she met them after the murder. She met Charlie after the murder. I think Lacasse gives more stuff in his police interviews, but that's that is really there. It really wasn't like I don't know. Maybe if you not watched it, you found it exciting. To me, it was like kind of. I just, once I hear it, I know it. And then it's like, I don't know. It's like watching the same movie over and over and over again when you're trying to. Now let's see what else here. Oh my gosh, what is going on in Tennessee? It's just turning into a second Florida, isn't it? Binky, get your son out of that state. Okay. This is great mothering over here on this. Where did we put you? This mom. She was angry that her daughter missed the school bus. Okay? So she had to drive her to school. And she purposely hit her daughter with her car, not with her hand. She hit her daughter with her car in the school parking lot because she was angry that the little girl missed the bus and she had to take her to school. And this happened at the Chattanooga Girls Leadership Academy. The little girl's age and name were not released, but she went to the principal's office on August 19th. She was very upset, and she told the principal about the incident. She said that her mother, Misty Sue Coleman, became angry after she missed the bus. And while she got out of the vehicle, she stated that her mother accelerated before the child was fully outside and she struck her right ankle and drove away from the campus without stopping. The girls' statements, when they viewed the surveillance video from the school, matched up. And the mother left the scene. The car door was still open. What was she in such a rush for? I don't know. The girl's condition was not commented on. The school serves students in grades 6 through 12. She appears to have bonded out. She's due back in court on September 3rd. Wow. Where was she running home to? Come on, lady. Kids miss the bus sometimes. Sometimes you have to drive them to school. Wow. This is crazy. Oh, here, okay, and here's, I don't know if these are Mothers of the Year on here. We've got another contender outside of Tennessee and Georgia in the Gwinnett County Schools. Let me get her picture up there so we know who we're talking about. There. She's been charged after her 9-year-old son. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on, we don't have the, just came back over here. Get over there. Over there, please. 9-year-old son took a loaded, unsecured handgun to school. Thankfully, he didn't shoot up the school, but he destroyed a restroom toilet with it. He took it into his elementary school earlier this month, and he fired it at a toilet in the school restroom, destroying it. Devashia Webb was charged with a misdemeanor reckless conduct for failing to secure the 9mm handgun properly. She said she kept the gun in a lockbox, but it had a broken lock, and she knew the lock was broken and didn't fix it. And the boy took the loaded gun to school in his backpack on August 14th. After the incident, Gwinnett County School Board approved having unarmed security officers patrol elementary school perimeters to make sure the doors were locked, even though the incident had nothing to do with an unlocked door. It's great. Weapons detectors are being installed in middle and high schools in the suburban Atlantic County, but not elementary schools. And the mother was arrested on August 20th and released on a $1,500 bond. Officials said the boy had previously threatened to use the gun to shoot the toilet. He was arrested, 9 years old, and is reportedly facing criminal charges. No one was in the restroom at the time of the incident. According to the warrant for the mother's arrest, she told investigators she normally searches both her sons' backpacks before they go to school, but she failed to do so on this date. Search their backpacks. Search their backpacks. My goodness. So what'd they do with the gun? Did they give it back to her? Here you go with your unlocked lockbox. Yeah, great. Oh my goodness. Oh, and here we have Florida, Tennessee, Florida, and Georgia. Tennessee, Florida, and Georgia. Now this one is someone that killed his mother. So let's see what we got here on this one. "24-year-old. Hector, hold on a minute. Why do you keep coming over here? Picture, please. Over there. Over there now. Go on. Get over there. Come on. Okay, Hector Munez Ochoa was arrested in 2021 after being accused of cutting a man's lip with a knife, but he was declared incompetent to stand trial due to mental illness. This is in Jacksonville, guys. He was arrested and charged in connection with his mother's murder, okay, but he had previously threatened to kill her with a knife, but the charges were dropped. So he killed 55-year-old Lillian Ochoa Menjivar to death on Saturday. He was arrested in 2020 after his mother told police her son threatened to kill her with a knife during an argument that happened inside the kitchen. According to the arrest report, in November of 2020, the mother called police and told them that her son was possibly on drugs or narcotics and was acting irate and loud, and he used a knife to threaten to kill her. The mother described to officers an out-of-body experience and consistently stated how the victim was treating him. He was arrested, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, but that charge was later dropped and the case was closed. Just over a year after that, he was arrested again after he was accused of pulling out a knife from a pocket of his and cutting a man below the lip in a domestic dispute. He was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. However, records show that he was adjudicated incompetent to proceed with his case due to mental illness and was sent to a mental health treatment facility. Now, almost 4 years after that, he's charged with fatally stabbing his mother. When police arrived, they found the mother suffering from multiple stab wounds. He was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. And the state attorney's office said, our work isn't done. We'll work alongside our partners. The police said, we'll work alongside our partners at the state attorney's office to make sure Munoz Ochoa is held accountable for his actions, said the sheriff's office, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Sorry about that. The daughter of the mother, I guess it's also his sister, created a GoFundMe to collect money for the mother's funeral and sent her mother back to Honduras so that her loved ones can say goodbye. Terrible. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Widow of murdered California doctor files a wrongful death suit against his ex-wife. Let's see what happened there. I don't know that I remember this one. Maybe. Let's get a graphic up there. Okay, so here's this one. The ex-wife of a California doctor who was gunned down outside his clinic in 2024 has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the doctor's ex-wife, who is already behind bars awaiting trial in connection with his death. The suit, filed on behalf of Hamed Mirshoja's widow, Gazelle Simur, and their 1-year-old child, names 4 other people connected with the August 23, 2024 murder, while accusing the ex-wife, Ahang Mishoja, of trying to hide assets from the lawsuit. This was not fair for my 1-year-old baby to lose her dad at a very young age. Mishoja, 53, along with 41-year-old Evan Hardman, 26-year-old Saral Jaweed, 46-year-old Sean Randolph, and 40-year-old Ashley Rose Sweeting, are charged in connection with the death of the 61-year-old doctor. Hardman is being accused of being the gunman, and the others are accused of supplying weapons and helping him escape. And the ex-wife is accused of being the mastermind behind the plot. This is very hard to follow because which one was now, I don't know. Additionally, Hardman and Jaweed are charged in a baseball bat attack on the doctor in May of 2024. Hardman shot the doctor from behind after Sweeting drove him to and from the crime scene. Jaweed is accused of facilitating the murder and taking Hardman out of the state afterwards. Randolph is believed to have supplied the ghost gun used in the murder. The doctor was gunned down in a parking lot as he walked from his urgent care clinic to his car at the close of the business day. Prosecutors say his ex-wife was angry and bitter upon seeing him move forward with his life 15 years after their bitter divorce. Okay, but why is then the other one isn't? I don't know. Mirsha J. cited physical violence when he applied for a restraining order against that wife when he began divorce proceedings in 2009. The legal dispute continued for years, even though he allowed that ex-wife to manage his clinic until he caught her embezzling funds in 2016. Oh my goodness. I can't even follow that story because why are they all ex-wives? The one that he was married to with the 1-year-old should not be his ex-wife. She should be his widow. I don't know. And they still haven't found Emmanuel Harrow, right? Doesn't look like it. Taylor Swift has gotten engaged to Travis Kelce. Okay, let's see. Alrighty. Let's see if there's anything else we want to talk about on this one. Oh my gosh. That is horrible. What is that about? Where did that happen? Oh my gosh. Listen to this. How terrible. Huh. So, apparently there was a mother in Maine who lost her young son in a canoeing accident. Let me see how long ago that was. He was 5 years old at the time. The horrific, he was canoeing and he went over a waterfall. Oh my gosh, went over a waterfall. What? But that's not it. Then she had twins. The twins you see there. And she was pushing her twin sons in a stroller on July 11th. And they were struck by a vehicle One of the twins, Bradley, was pronounced dead at the scene, while the other one, Noah, died at the hospital. Okay, and that was 10 years after she lost the 5-year-old son, when he was canoeing and went over a waterfall. She has spent 2 months in the hospital. And she has a surviving 6-year-old son. So she had all boys, and she's lost 3 boys. Oh my gosh. Plus, she has suffered 2 broken hips, a broken leg, broken hands. She has a piece of glass embedded in her spine. But she is now walking under her own power. A family friend said, emotionally, the best I can say is she's doing as well as can be expected. It's been a nightmare for all of us. She's had emotional loss of the children plus her injuries, but she's held up. I don't know how to describe it. We both say, how do you wrap your head about what happened? Police say the driver of the vehicle fled the scene. The suspect was identified as Benjamin Lancaster, 44. He was later arrested. He was operating under the influence causing death, operating under the influence causing serious bodily injury, and leaving the scene of an accident causing death, and leaving the scene of an accident causing serious bodily injury, and he has not entered a plea. Oh my gosh, the poor thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, say some prayers for them, my goodness. It's terrible. Terrible. Okay. Yeah, dear Lord, please do right. Okay, amen. Yeah, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Okay, let's see. I still can't believe that Katherine didn't take their immunity deal. I know, right? I know, that's crazy. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see here. What? Okay, let's see here. Now, so obsessed. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, you're so transparent. So transparent. It's laughable. It's so scary. They don't even realize how transparent. It is laughable. Fans. Alrighty. So yeah, that's all very sad stuff. Let's see what else we can find that might be a little bit uplifting before we do our cookies. Let's see. What was that? Let's see. Whoopsie. Two dead, one missing in Hurricane Erin's wake after storm passes by the East Coast. Two-year-old dies in front of parents during lunch, and they're now suing the restaurant. What happened there? Illinois, it happened. What the heck? Let's see. Finnegan McKee, a 2-year-old boy, died in Illinois last month when a car crashed through the front door. Car crashed of the restaurant where they were enjoying lunch. The family now is suing the fast food restaurant for over $100,000, claiming that the parking configurations at the place were unreasonably dangerous, which caused the incident. Their attorney said this is an extremely, absolutely devastating and heart-wrenching case. They were sitting at one of the tables closest to the entrance. They were having a great time at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He's got his mom, dad, his grandma and grandpa, his aunt and uncle. He's got his little brother. And the next thing they know, it's absolute mayhem. Terrible. Finnegan was killed by a 50-year-old woman on July 30th. She allegedly hopped a curb and crashed her car into the front door of the establishment. According to the Oswego police, the crash was unintentional, but the investigation is still ongoing. In the wrongful death lawsuit, her name has not been mentioned. The family is accusing the establishment of not having a barrier to prevent a vehicle incursion. Okay, another safety move. What about the woman? I don't know. She went like completely in there, didn't she? Terrible. Mercury has been found in rubberized flooring in Long Island School District's gymnasium. How'd they find the mercury in there? And how many other schools is it in? Why is it just in that gymnasium? Whatever the rubberized stuff isn't, it must be somewhere else, right? Please, let's see. Schools in the Long Island town of Glen Cove are replacing their gymnasium floors following this month's startling discovery of mercury vapors emanating from the old rubberized flooring. Oh, it's the old. Engineers upgrading the middle school gym this summer noticed the presence of mercury in polyurethane flooring that was installed decades ago. At room temperature, when heated, mercury can release toxic vapors. The high school measured more than 3 times the allowable limit. But how many other schools might have that? And they say that a Glen Cove wrestler quit due to the mercury issue. Let's see. He gave up his spot after his doctor measured higher than average mercury in his blood, We took him right to the pediatrician. Sadly, I do believe kids in this gym, they were all being poisoned little by little. It's been a difficult time dealing with all the chronic symptoms. Okay, they're pleased that the school is making changes, but they feel like the damage has been done. Oh boy. This is crazy. We went here for good news, right? We're not finding it yet, though. This guy, I don't even understand. Come on, picture. Let's get over there. That guy right there. In Oregon, a middle school math teacher, 28 years old. His name is Reese Sorensen. He is a captain in the U.S. Army Reserve, and a teacher at Parrish Middle School in Salem, Oregon. He was taken into custody on August 13th. You know why? He was arrested for allegedly starving and abusing his 6-week-old twins. His 2 infants were found severely malnourished and bruised. The baby girl was brought to the hospital for difficulty swallowing. He allegedly admitted to investigators that he had stuffed a rag into the baby's mouth to stop her crying. Oh my gosh. Where's the mother? A medical examination revealed the girl had bruising and bleeding under her tongue. The baby boy had bruises around his eyes and multiple rib fractures. Oh my gosh. Sorensen allegedly told investigators he squeezed the boy with his forearms, pressed his knuckles into the baby's stomach to get him to stop crying. I don't even understand how these people, we're so happy we're having twins, probably 6 weeks ago, right? Look, we had twins, and they go from that to this. This is crazy. Both children were severely malnourished, with hospital staff reporting that they flinched when approached for feeding. My gosh. The hospital staff at Salem Hospital described the babies as ravenous and starving when they were finally eating. The middle school teacher's wife corroborated all the allegations. He was placed on administrative leave with the Salem Kaiser School District on August 18th. He faces 5 charges of first-degree criminal mistreatment and 1 charge of unlawful use of a weapon for the alleged abuse. What the heck? He was released from prison on August 14th and has no contact order with his children. He claims he turned over a new leaf since the charges, saying, and I quote, "I know what I did, and I completely regret doing it. And I regretted doing it before all the consequences have started coming down on me. That's not who I am. That was a mistake." He claims that he is taking counseling classes and getting better at managing his anger. His teaching license expires August 31st. He's a platoon leader in the U.S. Army Reserve. But why did his wife allow this? That's what I want to know. What's up with that? Something's not adding up there. Let me see something here. And where are the children now? They're going to be given back to the wife? Well, why did she allow this? Something's crazy. Apparently, baby Emmanuel Haro died 9 days before he was reported missing, according to documents. Let's see here what we got here on baby Emmanuel. And apparently, the Rebecca Harrow gave an interview from the jail and said he was a good dad and he never hurt his baby. Okay. That's all nuts. Okay. I don't know. I don't even... Oh boy. Mother daughter. 15-foot waves pummeled Puerto Rico, leaving 3 people dead. A Delta airline hostess slaps passengers in the face. A passenger in the face after he asked for water for a 2-year-old. What is going on? Jill Duggar had a daughter that died? What is that about? Oh, she had a stillborn baby? Her mother did too, right? I didn't know that. She said that, let's see. Her mother had a stillborn daughter, and they named her Jubilee, remember? Who remembers that? That was a long time ago. It was her last baby, actually. I think she had one before that had a lot of issues, and then she wanted another one, and the baby was born early and was not alive. Let's see. Jill Duggar shared a powerful message via Instagram on a difficult family day. She explained that the daughter that she and her husband had been expecting last year would have celebrated her first birthday. April of 2024, she announced that her and her husband that said their baby girl had been stillborn. She was 4 months pregnant, due in August, when they found out their baby died in utero. The couple named the baby girl Isla Marie. They already have 3 sons, Israel, Samuel, and Frederick. She shared a video with their sons at the cemetery. We were due last August with our first girl. We would have been celebrating her first birthday with a smash cake. So they don't mean April. Unless they announced it in April and then she miscarried in August, or stillborn. We due last August with our first girl. This year we should have been celebrating her first birthday with a smash cake. Sad. Maybe Emmanuel Harrow's mother is lying in her new interview. A Carnival cruise ship tilted amid rough weather, scattering dishes and flooding the elevator. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go back over here. So, yeah, I have jail calls as well of Mackenzie. Sure. I have a lot of stuff. We have a lot to go over on that case, which brings me to this. Okay. Yeah, they stopped it. The sound is cutting out every 5 seconds? Really? Hold on, let me listen to it. Hold on. A passenger in place after he asked for water for a 2-year-old. What is going on? I don't know if it's cutting out, Jen, or I'm just being quiet while I'm... Jill Duggar had a daughter that didn't cut out. I was just being quiet while I was looking at something. Let me see, unless it's happening after that. She had a stillborn baby, her baby girl, Isla Marie. They already have 3 sons, Israel, Samuel, and Frederick. I think those are Carnival cruise ship tilted amid rough weather. I think those are dramatic pauses, Jen. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think they are. Hello, Evelyn Gregory. Where have you and Scooter been? Oh my goodness, it's crazy. You missed my whole new live. I did a whole new case, Evelyn Gregory, with a bunch of discovery and interviews, and I have so much more going on. And then we did Donna Adelson, and where are you? I haven't seen Scooter. Where's Scooter? Did her dad get out of the hospital? It sounds okay for you? Okay. I've been running around like a Looney Tunes. And I had to get all that stuff ready. And then I just been going crazy with you missed Donna, and you missed from 8 o'clock, which would be 5 o'clock your time, till 11:30. So would be for like 3.5 hours we were on doing that case. Murder of crows. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's only 1:30 and I'm not really tired right now. I may fire up another. Well, you weren't interacting with us, Evelyn. I might fire up another live Well, I'll take a poll. We'll make it interactive. It was good, the part that you watched? Okay, thank you. All right, let's see here. Okay, so you get to pick the ending. This is to say, should we do the word cookies here and then fire up another live to continue with some of those other things? I have lots of stuff on Mackenzie Shrilla. Lots. So I'll put the word cookies, we'll play the word cookies, and then we'll go with what the majority says over there. Okay, spin it, spin it, spin it. Mr. Spin Doctor. You're a yes. So right now it's 50-50. So people better get in and vote. Because if it's a tie, I have the deciding vote. Okay. Jen, it's always Jen. Oh, I can't believe how many three-letter words in this one. Crazy, 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 crazy. Dig, we did Jen. Okay. And then we've got okay. I haven't even looked at the chat. I should have been going. It's been like really. Now, bind. I just looked at you, Heart, now. Okay. And and tried that one, murder bung. I tried that all. Yep, I tried that all. Budding, right? Let's see. Unbid, I tried that. Unbid. Maybe it's undid. Oh, it's you undid yourself. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, murder of crows, we got it. Okay, so the thing is, it says yes, so it's going to be real fast because I'm just going to very quickly, wait a second. Darlings. We go like this. Go to create. Go live. And we're going to go to this right there. And we're going to put part 2. Right? And then everything else. And we'll put the time. Let's do that so I have time to quickly share it out. Sprinkle it out there. I'm hungry. What did I eat tonight? Not much. Okay. Let's see. Alrighty. Let's do got a bunch of shorts I've got to put out there of where I was on Sunday, where Jimmy was on Sunday, and a bunch of other stuff. There's not enough hours in the day. Okay, got that one out. Let me go to Facebook and do those shares. All right, let me see. What did I do? Gotta go to my Business pages, business pages. Hold on, because we'll do, after I do this, then we will do another word cookie until it's time to go to the new video, once I just share it out. And it's getting cold, guys. Would you believe it's 52 freaking degrees? Am I ever going to get to swim again this season? That's not right. It's just simply not right. 52 degrees. It's almost like, do I have to bring the plants in? This is too early. This is not right or fair. Nobody ever said life was fair, Christina. Okay, that's shared there. I've just got to share it over here. Create the post. Got that, and I'm just going to put it into La Corona. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to redirect this one to go over to it when we're done. All right, hold on one little second. Where's my my edit here? In the poll. Because we have 5 minutes to play word cookies until we go over. But I've got to do my got to do the redirect. And I don't see the one to redirect. Let me go over here and redirect it. We're going to do we'll do a little dance they call the redirect. And this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Okay, I found it. And now we just go to the redirect. We hit edit. There. Redirect. Save. Okay, we've got it. We got it, guys. We can do another game. Oh, I don't want to look at 4 more days left of August. I want to... Cake. Bake. Ace. Cab. Beach. Each. Let's see. Oh, backache. Ah. Nobody wants one of those. Very good. And a hack. Yeah, remember Luke and his hacks? Life hacks. Okay. Check out. Check out. Check. Oh, you put, oh, yeah, check. Okay. Back. You'll be right back, 61. You better come to our new live or I'll be upset. Cash, yeah. Cash outside. Oh, it's predictive text. Oh my goodness. It didn't predict too well. Tell him you shouldn't be a fortune teller. Or a mind reader. You're not very good at it. Oh my goodness. Is it time to go over to the new live? Alrighty, let's go over to the new live. I've got to end this. So I've got to end this with you and see you over there.